the Dadman Network. First thing first, I do want to give an actual shout out to Vampire Balloon, who left a comment saying that he was from Imgur. Riley Y, who is a male. I made that mistake before. Yeah, you're not a female. Got the wrong parts for that apparently. Um, who actually did subscribe. I appreciate that. Daniel Jackson, who left a comment. E. Rouge, who left a comment. And Chloe Rendia, who also did subscribe. Now, today's episode of Dadman Network will be about tung oil. Tung oil, my little cheat sheet here. Tung oil actually comes from southern China originally. And this comes from about, the earliest mentions are about 4 to 500 BC from Confucius. And it's really just for finishing wood and protection of wood, and all that functions there. It actually comes from pressing the nut of the tung tree, and it makes an oil, and you use that with a sponge and so on. So yeah, this was actually first started in the Song Dynasty, approximately. Now, I just do want to say that this is not my usual setup here. I will show you here that I have something going on here that is not so friendly for woodworking. Yeah, this is not my preferred look for my workstation, but it works. Oh well. So, at this point in time, I'm going to go on to the wood section of all of this. Now, I have actually previously tongued these once before. You'll remember these from the past video, where I could actually show you the reflection. Let me see if I can catch that light again there. Isn't that nice? My umbrella's making it very hard for me to catch the light. But, neither here nor there. Now, what I'm going to first do is I'm going to lightly, with a 3000 grit, let me just show you there, 3000 grit from Amazon.com, I'm going to lightly sand said wood. Very lightly. And what I'm doing here is actually removing the fingerprints I left, because when I picked them up, I did not wear gloves last time, and I should have. So, first step first is you lightly sand. Now, you take your scrap shirt or polo or whatever you got, and you give it a quick wipe, as such. And now, I'm going to show you the other portion of my setup here, which is just this little table that I've kind of erected on the side of my wall here, which is kind of useful. So I got this little sponge, again, from Amazon.com, and it's actually very nice because it helps keep an even coat, as well as soak up a lot of the tung oil, which is right in this ramekin. Please don't kill me, Chef Ramsay. Yeah, I'm using a ramekin for tung oil. This is not what ramekins are for, in any way, shape, or form. So, moving on. Yeah, I'm not going to be taking off the mask today, sorry. Moving on, let's see if I can turn you a little bit here without knocking down my leg. And that'll be good. Alright, so I take my sponge, as so, and I'm going to dip into the oil. You'll notice that it kind of drips off there, which is fine. Now, once you've done that, you got your wood in hand, and you're just going to give it a nice good rub with the oil, as such. And what I'm doing here is I'm actually giving it a second coat of the tung oil. This is the second coating, so it will be forever good against waters and everything. So, I'm sorry if I keep on getting out of frame here because I don't have a proper tripod, as you know. I have my normal leg. So, this one is officially tongued, and I'm going to take it over here to my sunlight drying station, which I'll show you in a few minutes because my hands are so wet. So I'm going to go on ahead and do another lake. Let me grab this one here, which came out beautiful. Look at that. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? I think that's awesome. So, again, I take my sponge and my tung oil, just dip it in, give it a good dip, 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 and now I rub it on, like such. Now, I did try cutting a small corner out of my sponge to see if I could use it in small sections, and that actually seemed to be not so good for the sponge, as it's unraveling itself now, because I cut into the sponge in that fabric, which was holding it all together. So I would not recommend doing that for the future. So you guys can learn from my mistakes. Kind of like what Mozart said, you know. A wise man learns from his own mistakes. Or a smart man learns from his own mistakes. A truly wise man learns from the mistakes of others. Alright, so I'm going to take this one here and put it over my drying station. Which, I'll see if I can show you real quick. See if I can get my gloves off. They're very slippery. This would make a great video on its own, huh? How to get your gloves off with tung oil on them. Apparently very slowly. Okay, I almost got it. It's like I'm giving birth to my own hand. There we go. Freedom! Alright, so you'll see here that I've got the rental office right there where I have my setup for drawing station here. I hope I did that right. And viewing it there, just in case I did it myself where I could see it. Alright, so back to me you go. Let me see if I can put this back on. Went on much easier than it came off. My recommendation is, for gloves like this, buy a size larger than you need, because they seem to break far less often when you do. Alright. I'll do one more leg for you, and then I'm going to sign off for you for today. Alright, so this one here, again, I've already tongued once, and you can see how the wood grain has really come out here. I know one of you mentioned in my my first video that you wanted to see the wood more, so here you go. More wood for you. Yeah, that was a little too close, wasn't it? Isn't that gorgeous? I love this chunk here. I know that's wood filler, but I don't care. Alright, one last one for you guys. I know it's a short video today. Usually I do a 15-minute or so. But it seems that when I do a 15-minute video, you guys only get through a couple minutes and kind of peter out. So I'm going to try to do a shorter videos from here on. You know, again, pending what you guys want. Oh, I did notice I had a couple new mystery subscribers. And you mystery subscribers, if you happen to comment in and let me know who you are, you get the opportunity to tell me what my next video is going to be on. My next talking point. And that could be anything from what's my favorite movie, what's my least favorite movie, how to do something in woodworking, whatever you want. So we got 2 of you. Whoever comments in first, of course, gets priorities. The second one will be the following video. So, yeah, there's that. And while I'm working here, I guess I'll talk to you for a few minutes. Because what else am I going to do, right? What the hell, I'll break my few-minute rule here. And while I'm working, I'll just keep on chatting with you guys for a few seconds here. Not about tung oil, let's see here. Yeah, how about why I did this to my wonderful workstation that I had set up, which is because we had call in for rain, which was wonderful because it wasn't wonderful because I did this to my patio. And after I did this to my patio, it didn't rain. Another pretty one. Look at the wood grain in that. Yeah, I know. I'm the only person in the world who probably uses a ramekin to put tung oil into. This is not even food grade tung oil. That's why I said please don't kill me, Chef Ramsay, because it is not even food grade. So I can't even use this when I'm done with it. I gotta, clean it, and I can use it for this again, but not anything else. I mean, I'm not gonna be able to eat out of that dish unless I use mineral spirits to clean it out. Excuse me for a second. And we got a couple more. A couple is apparently also three. My wife and I argue about stuff like that all the time. Which is actually kind of funny because just the other day we were talking about Reese's peanut butter cups. And I was thinking to myself that the only thing that they really haven't done yet is put the peanut butter on the outside and the chocolate on the inside. And what do I see just the other day at the grocery store? The very same idea done with an M&M. Yeah, that's right. Somebody took M&Ms and put the shells on the inside of the chocolate. So it now melts in your hand and doesn't melt in your stomach. I don't know why they did that. I know it's an advertising thing. I know they're just trying something new to get people to buy their product again, but really? Try putting something else in there, like maybe fennel seeds. I don't know. Yeah, that would be awful. I know. Let me go put this one over here. Yeah, I've got a window down there that I'm going to eventually clean up a little bit, just a teensy bit, and I'm going to sell it. One more here for you. More wood filler, but again, it gives the wood character that it did not have prior. And of course, this area here, I love this because it came out so much darker. You can't see it in the camera here, but wait, yeah, you can, right there. And when I hold it this way, there you go. Yeah, there you go, yeah. Ain't that pretty? Prettyful. Prettyful nature. Prettyful nature. I hope I have enough tung oil in this thing because I'm out in my bowl. I should have poured an entire bowl for the 4 legs apparently. Or for the 8 legs. I'm sorry. 8. It's not 18. 8. My son, he has a habit of, when he says 18, he likes to say it quite a few times. Like 18. He's adorable like that. And I'm coming back around again. Last leg. We're on our last leg here. That almost sounds bad, doesn't it? But it's a good thing. Alright, last leg. Hope we're loaded up with enough tung oil here. I mean, it looks good. Definitely looks good. Alright, I know a lot of you have probably cut out by now, but you, wonderful few who stuck around, get to hear the rest of the instructions on the tung oil. So, the last step is to let it set for 30 minutes. Well, I guess you could do 20 to 25 minutes, but I like to do 30 minutes to really let it soak in. Let me throw this over here one second. There we go. And that's it. So I let that dry or soak in for 30 minutes, and then I'm done for tonguing for the day for these legs. And just to throw something else out there, when you're doing your tonguing, after you're done, you let it dry. You do not want to tongue it again for at least 12 to 24 hours. If you give it a little bit longer, you can really let it set and soak. I actually let this soak and set for a week, so that way I could come in today and do this again for you guys. So I hope you appreciated the video, and if you enjoyed it, please like and feel free to subscribe to the channel. And when you do, I will be more than happy to give you a video of your own. What I mean by that is, of course, you get to pick my time. Now that it's been roughly about a half hour, I get to pull these puppies off and use my shirt on them. Hold on a second. First thing first, of course, is proper protection. I know this seems like a new portion of the video, but it's just the secondary portion of the video. I went to grab one glove and I grabbed way too many. I should have been prepared for that. Oh well. I would trim it, but the Dad Man Network is 100% honest. And honesty is, I was not prepared. But now I am. So, legs, get to it. Alright. Now these have sat out in the sun for approximately a half hour, 45 minutes. And so you just take your scrap shirt, non-abrasive cloth, and you give it a nice, good rub down. All over. Ain't that pretty? Ain't she pretty? Reflective. Ain't that gorgeous? Wow. I would say that I'm not very proud of myself, but I'm pretty proud of myself. I mean, that looks gorgeous all on its own. Might need to use some wood filler. A small section here. Not sure if you can see it, but it looks like the wood might be splitting, but I'm not sure. That might need some tending too. I'll get back to that later. In the meantime, let's continue with the with these legs, yes? Legs get to it. Number 2. Grab a secondary shirt here for this hand. So I got 2 shirts now. Now I actually bought these shirts for this function. Now they're all torn up pieces of polo shirts and stuff like that that are just meant for wiping down with tongue. And yeah, I know it sounds stupid to buy shirts like this, but yeah, gosh, that's gorgeous. Wow, beautiful. Liquid finish. Liquid finish. That is so soft. And that's what happens when you use all the sandpaper. That's what happens when you use tung oil. And that's what happens when you do it right. And that's it for Dad Man today. Signing off. Do it right, stay cool, and stay safe.